Yup, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. Bit of Xbox news today. Don't often do gaming stuff, do I? But I'll do it today. This is from Bounding into Comics. So, as I always say, could get spicy. So let's have a look. By the way, it's freezing again, so if I disappear and come back with a coat on, that's why. But I'm going to try and eke it out in the freezing cold. Right, Xbox head Phil Spencer praises video game developers who refuse to fear the current culture of criticism and cancellation, calls on industry to turn away from dividing players and creators. This is from Spencer Bakuli at Bounding into Comics. Well, most of the Western video game industry has taken to using, by the way, I think he generally has spicy takes on things. So I might disagree with some things, or I might not, I don't know, we'll see. While most of the Western video game industry has taken to using their respective releases as a means to grandstand about their personal beliefs and virtue signal against anyone who disagrees, which is true, Xbox head is true in all forms of entertainment these days. Xbox head Phil Spencer has come to admire those developers who have refused to let such artificial attempts at division from governing their operations. And there he is. Spencer offered his praise to these truly passionate creators on January 17th while addressing attendees at the 12th Annual New York Video Game Awards after being awarded the event's Andrew Yoon Memorial Legend Award, which serves to recognise individuals who have made a significant impact within the industry. And there's a video that you can watch if you follow the link. As usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. I'm also on Rumble, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I'm also on the social medias, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links for those are in the description. As are links for my books, Mercury Rapids, Silent Predator. Sorry. Where were we? Only tells you a timestamp there. Beginning with his speech by recognising the past recipients of the awards who were unable to be celebrated in person due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Metal Gear Series creator Hideo Kojima, video game cartridge technology pioneer Jerry Lawson, Wizardry series designer Brenda Romero, id Software co-founder John Romero, are they related? I don't know, and Double Fine Productions founder Tim Schafer, Spencer then reflected, "Today there are so many games more than ever before available to players than ever before, but also it can feel there is more despair in the world, a steady stream of bad news," which is pretty much true. To this end, the Microsoft Gaming CEO asserted, "With the ongoing leapfrogging from crisis to crisis, it feels to me that joy I experienced as a child has become much more elusive for all to find, more of a guilty pleasure." But you're an adult now, aren't you? So people feel differently as adults as when they were kids. It feels like today seeking joy is an act of defiance. It is if you're an adult. He said, "Yet today, as creators, leaders, world builders, our greatest responsibility is to inspire and invite joy. Each one of the hundreds of titles that players have at their fingertips today and tomorrow is a calling card for joy." Offering some examples of the wide range of titles now available to players, Spencer opined, opined, I love that word, Halo, God of War, Vampire Survivors, never heard of that one, Peppa Pig, big games, small games, mobile games, indie games. Each one is designed to deliver an infusion of joy in the midst of our lives, to give us so much joy people want to talk about it, to share it. We, all of us here today, all of our teams around the globe, we're all part of creating this echo effect of joy, he added, turning his attentions back to the industry itself. Our creators who bravely and intentionally release their visions to the world, particularly in the current culture of criticism and cancellation, specifically lauded Spencer. Our players who bravely and intentionally carve out time for our games to invite, rest and rejuvenate their lives. And business leaders, we're called upon to have the courage to protect and nurture this collective joy, explained Spencer. We're called on to incubate these experiences, create them and grow them. To seek and surround ourselves with a multitude of perspectives, he further declared, to honour our differences across experiences and geographies, and to practice empathy when intentionally listening to others. We turn away from dividing players and creators and instead towards each other as we advance and amplify joy together, he ultimately encouraged. This is the echo effect of gaming joy. Thank you for this honour tonight, and thank you all for making the brave choice to put joy into the world. Unfortunately for Spencer, his calls for and sentiments of unity and positivity were severely undercut just a day later when his employer announced that they would be laying off roughly 10,000 employees, including some members of their in-house studios, Bethesda and 343 Industries. Microsoft has made the difficult decision to restructure elements of our team, which means some roles are being eliminated, revealed 343 Industries head Pierre Hintz in a studio-wide email announcing the news. Oh, is that it? Oh, there we go. Oh, so that's it. Yeah, so exactly, I don't know. It's up to interpretations, Phil Spencer's comments there, aren't there? The headline says, where are we? Praises video game devs who refuse to fear the current culture of criticism and cancellation. But I didn't see that in that statement there, really, to be honest. I didn't see him saying, ignore the Twitterati. I didn't see that in there. It was basically just saying the developers should just do what they want to do and they ignore outside criticism. So whether that's, The Last of Us 2, which a lot of people didn't like. I've not played it, so I don't know. Or, a game which is a game that a lot of people don't like, or a game that is universally praised. I can't think of one. God of War, Ragnarok, maybe, I don't know. To ignore social media, and that's what he's saying. Ignore social media, criticism from both sides, and just make the game you want to make. Create joy. That's what he's saying. That's what I think he's saying. It's not taking one side or the other. That's how I interpret that statement. It was carefully worded, in my opinion. And yeah, Microsoft laying off 10,000 people. I think Google are laying off a lot as well, aren't they? A lot of layoffs in the tech world recently, which is sad, very, very sad. But right, we'll leave it there. So, as I said, I might have a different opinion to Spencer Bakula, and I think I do, to be honest. I think Spencer's reading it one way and I'm reading it another, but, I think all that matters is that you ignore Twitter. One way or the other. Just ignore it. If people are complaining on one side or the other, ignore it. Do the thing you want to do. And ignore the complainers. But it could be argued that sometimes when people complain, it leads to good things. Look at the Sonic movie. Remember when that first trailer came out and Sonic looked diabolically bad? People complained. The producers listened, changed it. And it were a massive hit and got a sequel. So sometimes complaining works. So it's a tightrope, isn't it, really? But anyway, we'll leave it there for that one. Right, so thanks for watching. Get your joysticks out. Joysticks? Who uses joysticks these days? Get your game controllers out. Play some games. Have a bit of joy. I recently reinstalled Steam on my computer. So the first game I played, Steam, a universe of amazing games to play. What did I play? The original Tomb Raider, the old one from 1996 or whatever, which plays surprisingly well. I thought it was going to be all rubbish and blocky and horrible, because it's a DOS game, and obviously Steam have done something, and it plays really well through DOSBox, and it looks lovely. But anyway, so I'm going to play that again later. Right, we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are in the universe, look out for each other. And until next time, I'll see thee.